Well, hello there. Welcome to Real WW Talk. I'm Candice.
And I'm Rikki.
Hey, Rikki, how are you doing? Look, I am still. I know we're still talking about it, but I recently just implemented one of those time management tips that
Uh-huh.
he was talking about because I got a new journal and I was like, I can't wait to tell
Exciting.
Rikki. Like, I don't need another one, but someone gifted it to me. And I was like,
Uh-huh.
I think I should use this,
Aw.
like to do some of that blocking that we were talking about and being
Yes.
intentional.
I
And I was just
love that.
wondering, since we had kind of talked about that a few weeks ago, have you actually implemented, have you done anything with like some of those time management strategies?
Yeah, I think I have been more intentional with, my to-do lists and making sure it's not like seven different lists because that was me. I had like not to say I'm reformed. I'm not gonna say I'm perfect. If you saw my desk now, especially my work desk, there's still a bunch of
You're
post-its.
a teacher, you're allowed to have that.
Thank you. But I am just more cognizant and more aware of like, okay, where am I keeping my main to-do list, and how can I consolidate some of these notes so that I'm not just constantly, looking at the next list and forgetting that there's something on the other list.
I would say, like I said, it's just the gift that the Real WW Talk Plus series is just the gift that keeps on giving because
Mhm.
I just, like I said, I wanted to go straight into like, I'm going to do all these things that I know I'm actually not going to do because, me and my 50 list. So I was thinking about how to be more aware
Yeah.
with this journal and being like, look, let's block it out and really think about what's going to happen in what time. Because I think I told you, did I tell you that Isaiah is in martial arts and he
Yeah,
has
I think you did, but I mean, I feel like you got to tell the community this.
it's so he thinks he's little Mr. Miyagi or Miyagi taught what's the Daniel's son, like he thinks
Yes.
he's Daniel's son,
Yes.
right? He's doing all that, "Ah, yeah, mommy, yeah, yeah." But I've been off because I haven't really been managing my day well and adding on that one more thing. I
Mhm.
felt so kind of overwhelmed.
Mhm.
And I don't know, that kind of I'm getting into it. I kind of burst into our topic or into our discussion because I've been dying to talk to you about decluttering. And because I was like, gosh, I feel so cluttered. I feel so cluttered in
Mhm.
my mind. I feel so cluttered in my day. And I was looking around and I wish I could swing my camera so that you could see like my basement. You've been here, but like it's become the repository for like everything that doesn't fit in a room. And it's driving me nuts because
Mhm.
now that my day feels a little cluttered because, the time is changing. I don't know. I feel like I just don't have enough
Mhm.
and the clutter, seeing the clutter is messing with my mind.
Yeah.
And I was like, I kind of want to talk to you about this.
I mean, I feel like there's been so many wise people who have said that, clutter is what, just like cleanliness is close to godliness, clutter can really not only reflect your state of mind, but then impact it. It's like a cycle. Like it can show that maybe you are in a not so great mood, or, maybe you're not taking care of yourself. Not to say that everyone who has a cluttered space is unhappy. It's more like you're not putting, maybe it's a reflection that you're not putting yourself first.
Yeah.
But then, the converse is true. If you notice that you're not putting yourself first, then you're not going to be cleaning up those spaces and having the desire to do that.
Because didn't you kind of go on, or maybe I'm making this up, but didn't you go on like a decluttering spree like this summer? Like,
I did.
and
And
how did you notice a change? Like after, even I'm sure you didn't get everything done, but even for the
mhm.
little bit that you did you notice a change?
It was twofold, like, because yes, I noticed a change, but for me, my issue has always been too much of like clothing and bags.
Oh,
So I did feel like I didn't quite make a dent, but at the same time, it was very freeing to like, there were a couple things that I sold, but for the most part, I just gave things away. Some things that had been sitting in my closet for years that had tags on them. And I was like, it feels good to be like, somebody's going to be really blessed by this. And
yeah.
like, why is it sitting in my closet? Isn't exactly the right size, or even if it is, it never was something that I ended up wearing, or it went out of style, and I just never, like, why am I holding on to it?
Well, I
So
feel
there
bad
was
'cause I benefited from this decluttering, so I'm like, if anybody actually saw the dress that I wore for my birthday, and I got all these compliments, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, it's so cute," and this, and I didn't have the heart to tell them, "This is a Rikki original, okay?" that I was the beneficiary of some of that decluttering. So I just
I
want to
never
tell you,
wore it. I never
thank you
wore
for your obedience because I had an outfit. Because, the joke is I don't dress myself. Rikki dresses me or somebody else does. And they're like, stop it. No. Like she told me about this jean jacket that I had on. Because I was like, I don't really wear jean jackets. Rikki's like, you're going to wear a jean jacket with it. And I was like, I don't really think that. She's like, you're going to wear a jean jacket and white. I was like, I'm going to wear black shoes with it. And she said, no, you're going to wear.
We don't wear black sneakers.
We don't wear
with
black
dress.
sneakers with a dress.
Yeah.
I was like, why? I mean, I have some. And she's like, we're going to go and get some white shoes. So the point is, Rikki's obedience with her decluttering is the reason why I didn't look a hot mess.
Mhm.
So blessing people.
Yes. And I will say, I'm in the process of moving, where I live. And so I've been slowly, it's a blessing when you can do it slowly. Because I've been able to be intentional about my spaces, like this space. It's not done. There's still it's a little messy behind me, but it's not overly cluttered. I don't think. It's just I need to organize it a little bit better on the shelves behind me. But it's nice to be able to say, I'm going to leave the things that I'm not quite sure I need.
Mm-hmm.
And can I be honest with you?
Right.
I've been here a couple weeks and I've only moved like a small portion of my closet. I've had a good rotation of clothes. Like, honestly, I've had a good rotation of clothes. I haven't had an event where I needed a dress yet. So the other day I brought over a couple dresses, but I probably have about 25% of my closet here.
Mm-hmm.
And part of me is like, I want someone to go in and just take it. Because if I don't see it when it's going out, I don't get the chance to be stingy and say, I want that. No, I had a vision of what that would look like someday. So I want that. I can just give it away and have a closet that's not full, but I have all the clothes I need.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it kind of makes me think about when you watch Hoarders. Have you ever seen Hoarders? And they try to throw stuff away when the people aren't look. They know it's not good for them to do it that way. It's supposed to be that the person's able to touch the things and say, I choose, and this. I think I'm kind of like you. It's I have a husband who will come in and just, if he gets, I know I have to keep certain rooms not cluttered because if it gets on his nerves, I'll see a black bag, like a trash bag. And I'm like, what's in there? And he's like, oh, nothing. It's just trash. I know him well enough now to know I need to open that bag up because something's pissed you off that it's too cluttered. He has no problems throwing things away. So like I said, I've had to let go, but I've noticed that some of the things I feel like he's thrown it away. I can't prove it, but I feel it very much so. But the fact that I can't even remember what it is means that I probably should have let it go. I mean, I have stuff from middle school, journals from middle school that were half used. And I'm like, I'm going to use that. Mm-hmm. I know I'm not.
Do you hoard t-shirts that don't fit anymore, but it says your high school on it? So it's right. Obviously, I'm going to keep it forever.
I have a shirt that says, I survived a CMJ pool party. That is a shirt that my dad had from when I learned how to swim, at elementary school, something I need to throw away. It's holy and all the things. But I'm like, no, there's going to be a time. I don't know if I think I'm going to pass it down to Isaiah, this dingy shirt that has all these holes. I need to let it go.
I have one that says I survived country campus from kindergarten. I think it was first grade kindergarten. And it was a trip that we took. Everyone took it their first grade year. It was overnight. And it was oh my gosh, you're 7 and you're overnight. It was a cute thing. But I can't wear the same shirt I wore in first grade. So why do I have it?
Well, it kind of makes me think too of how it's affected our wellness journey. Because one of the things an area that's a big area of clutter, and this is just me being very vulnerable, so you can't judge me because it's real WW talk, is my kitchen. Okay. So I'm one of those people, you open up a drawer and it might bite back at you. I have a drawer for the plastic containers where I'm supposed to have all the tops together with the bottoms and nothing you had so many that you've accumulated over the years, but they're just bursting. They're bursting to the seam and it's not organized. And I need to throw out the ones that don't have like a matching lid.
Yeah.
Or I have the spoon thing that is overwhelmed with all these different like serving dishes and spoons. I haven't used them. Like I may use them maybe during Thanksgiving, but like there's no functional reason. There's so much there that I can't functionally use it all like during the week. And I look through it and I'm like, this is really nice. I should use it, but I don't have the space. It's like I have to shove things. I do that the same with glasses. So that's my problem area is my kitchen, because there's so many good opportunities to use different things. Like people give you little shot glasses or things for your Keurig. And you're like, I don't have space to put it anywhere. Do you run into that?
Oh yeah, I'm a mug collector. I love a good mug when I go on vacation, and it's just a daily reminder. Like half the time I can't drink out of a mug because I'm running out of the house to work, but on the weekends I like to, if it's warm coffee on the weekends, I will like definitely enjoy that and sit around and be like, I love this mug. So I love mugs, but at a certain point, like there's, like you said, there's no space for it. And then I keep my mugs out, but then there's things that are just in the cabinets hidden away. Like I'll give you an example. I know I found this amazing OXO is like such a good brand. And there was this vegetable cutter that you basically just like put down and you put the vegetable on it. And it just, you press the lid on it, and the lid has these squares, and it'll cube whatever it is. It's really great for potatoes. Yeah, you have one of those.
Do I know where it is? No.
You don't know where it is? No. And I know where all my mugs are. I know where my pretty little glasses are. I'm a couple of my teaspoons I can find, but like the functional things get buried so far behind. They're great for like onions, so you don't have to cry when you're trying to chop onions.
Yeah.
It's buried in my kitchen.
And that's what I'm trying to say, right? Like, I'm just like you. I have all these like really nice things and when I find it, I'm like, that is great. Why would I not use that? Because I don't know it's there, because it's hidden behind all of these things. And I was like, this actually truly is affecting my ability, because I bought it as a tool to help me with cooking at home or with making it more. But because I can't let go of some other things, like somebody had given me a suggestion of like, before you bring in another mug, like if you bring in one mug, you have to get rid of one.
Yeah.
If you're going to bring in one, we love but it used to be what is it, Rikki? The water. What was the big Stanley's?
Oh,
I had it was a Stanley for a time, and then it was a Brewmate or whatever it is. If you're going to bring in one, you have to get rid of the other one. But I have that hard time with like, but I'm going to use that one because it's cute, but then I don't. And now I just don't have any place to put it.
Do you have that issue with gifts? Like I know my previous part-time job was really nice about sending us gifts every year. And a couple times they sent, like when the Stanleys were really popular, they sent us like Stanley-esque, like white mug. And I was like, I'm never going to use this. Like, it just wasn't my style. Like I like Stanleys and I had one, but it advertised my part-time job, which I didn't like know anyone at. And I just did. I was like, I don't really want it. It's not a pretty design. Like it was very, very thoughtful. And I don't want to sound ungrateful, but I was like, it wasn't something I personally chose to take to work or to carry around the house. So, but I didn't want to give it away because I was like, who am I going to give this to? Like
it's like very specific, right? Like you're giving me something from your old job. Like you can use it. I never worked there. Like that doesn't have any meaning. But why is it? And I don't know if it's we've seen the videos. I'm going to say Marie Callender, and that is not it, because that is the frozen meals. Okay. Yes. I understand that fully, but there is that girl, Marie something, who's
Kondo.
Thank you. See, I was right. It was in the same vein.
Not quite.
Kind of, sort of. but she talks about like, can you look at something and say like, thank you? It was real foo-foo shishi. Like, can you bless the things and say thank you for what you've done for me and let it go? And I'm trying.
Joy is
her. Does it spark joy? Right. I can always argue that it does for a little bit. Like I'm like, I felt joyful when I bought it. even if it was 15 years ago,
Mhm.
I could possibly feel joyful. I think that's the thing. I have a fear of future Candice being
Yes.
upset
Yes.
because there's going to be some time that Rikki's going to say, bring your purple mug. And I'm like, I can't, because it didn't spark joy
In
2 months ago.
1997, when I gave it away.
It didn't spark joy, so I let it go. Like,
So, you know what everybody needs? And you probably have a friend like this too. And we probably have mutual friends that are like this. But my friend Erica, shout out to Erica. I don't think she watches the podcast, but it's okay.
that's okay. We'll bring her over.
She is very, very minimalist. So she does not keep a lot of stuff in her home. When she had to move, she's like, I just got a couple boxes. You know, I love that. I want to emulate that. I have collected, clearly, if you look at the podcast, you could see all the, like, this is 2 shelves of my life here, like, behind me. But like, I like having things. I like collecting things, and that can be a hobby. There's nothing terribly wrong about that. But everyone needs an Erica in their lives, because when she came and helped me with moving, she would show me things and be like, do you need to keep this? And I was like, and then if I took more than like 2 seconds, she just threw it in the trash bag. Just threw it in the trash. Completely heartless.
But the thing is, that's a good person to have.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm married to one. I'm married to an Erica.
Yes.
But the thing is, you still have to let them. She couldn't just actually walk into your house and start throwing your stuff away.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that you and I both, and I keep speaking for you, because I just have this feeling that you're very, very similar. But like, we don't sometimes like to be told what to do. And we don't like to like let go of certain habits that we know may not serve us. But like in the moment, it feels like it's not an impulsivity. It's just like, I think it's a little bit, I'll speak for myself. It's a little bit of, like I said, don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what I don't need. I know that at some point I'm going to need this.
Yeah. It's like you said earlier, the FOMO. Like, I remember, just like with our weight loss journey or with an experience with a friend, instead of remembering the 20 times I was successful or the 20 times that I had a positive interaction, I remember the one time that I gave away that pink t-shirt and 20 years later it came back in style.
Yeah.
I don't remember all the 20,000 other things I've given away and have had no regrets, but because of that, I've decided that I have to hold on to everything in case it's a collectible or it's rare and it could be worth $1 million or whatever reason.
Right. And I think that what's worked is, like you said, sometimes you get to a point where you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And it's like, I'm trying to shorten the window of like, it doesn't have to be that I'm tripping over things for me to be sick and tired, of things. I want it to be a little closer, but for me, it's like, I need to be able to, what I think bringing someone else into the equation, like my husband, or even like Isaiah, like I'll never forget when we found out that we were pregnant, I had to clear out space for a room for him.
Yeah.
And I was like, a whole room? Where's because this room was filled.
Yeah.
And that was like, it became a necessity. And it's like, how much do you care more about your kid having a space? I'm like, well, he's a baby. He doesn't need anything. Like, I was trying to justify everything, right? David's like, he's going to have a room. He's going to have a crib, and he's going to have a place to change his diaper. You're going to move this stuff. But I had to look down and say, Candice, what are you really getting from this? Like, and I'm trying to find the way that I reframed even in my weight loss journey. Like, I'm not going to die if I don't do this habit all the time. If I lose this stuff, I really can buy another one. Like, maybe if it's like you said, maybe if it's the collectible that you're never going to see anywhere else, maybe you're like, okay, I keep it. But if it's something like a journal or something like an old shirt that is really tattered, you'd be so proud of me. I threw away a pillow. I clutter. The pillow was one that I got, and I remember I spent a lot of money on it. I think it's also guilt. It's like, I spent too much money on this pillow. Isaiah has ruined the pillow. It's messed up. It's gone. It cannot be salvaged. And I needed to let it go. But I was like, no, I don't want to. But I threw it away.
Wow. I'm proud of you.
I looked and I said, this no longer, it doesn't look good in the house. I can accept that it's served its purpose and accept that it kind of hurts a little bit because maybe I see it as like I was going to get everything that I could out of this pillow, but I did,
Mhm.
in some ways. So I wonder if it's the reframing that
Yeah.
we could do, even when, because I feel so much better when a room is decluttered.
Yeah.
And I also feel better, and that's something I wanted to ask you too, is not biting off more than I can chew when I am decluttering. Like,
Mhm.
I think I shared with you, and I might have shared it on the podcast. I've been doing this thing of 20 minutes of decluttering a day.
That's awesome.
Not anything I'm talking about. I turn on a timer, and when 20 minutes is done, I stop.
Mhm.
And whatever is, it's something about it being like a continual habit. It's freeing. It's like, look at how much better this little piece looks because I decluttered it. And it makes me motivated to do it more. Because do you
Mhm.
feel like sometimes when you get in that bug, like, okay, it's time, you bite off more than you can chew and then you get
Oh,
burned
yeah.
out?
And it can be really humbling because you'll be standing in a room. Because a lot of times the best way to start decluttering is to just displace everything. So if it's a closet you want to organize, throw everything on the bed and then start organizing it. But if you have a closet that fits, a million things, and you decide to do that, you might get to a point an hour in and be like, this is overwhelming. I can't do this anymore. And then you can't find the floor and you want to go to bed. So I think you do have to kind of take it piece by piece, day by day. If you know you have a day to dedicate to it, that's one thing. But, if you are really overwhelmed, I know my most successful cleaning days are when my expectations were like, okay, I know I need to clean these 5 spaces, but I'm going to start with one.
Just one. Yeah. And tying it to like, this is a way that I am blessing myself. This is
Mhm.
tied to like stress reduction and actually, like you said, mental clarity. Like
Mhm.
when I see it as this is a form of self-care. This
Yeah.
isn't me beating myself up because I gave away the shoes or because
Mhm.
I got rid of the journal. It's blessed me. It's enough.
Mhm.
I no longer, like you said, let it bless someone else. I love how you said that. Like let it,
Mhm.
and people are really happy. Like some of these journals I could give people, they'd be like, really? Like, yeah,
Mm.
because I haven't touched it in
Yeah.
like years, you
Yeah.
know? So I think, like I said, I'm so glad that we kind of discussed it because, we're getting ready to go into the holiday season, coming up.
Mhm.
And I am the queen of having these big, big, bins they got at Costco. I need
Mhm.
to get clear bins. That's the first thing.
Yes.
Why
Yes.
I have black bins, I don't know. I think they were $7, but they're the worst unless you label them.
Right.
Because
Right.
you're pulling out all your holiday stuff, and I know you have it too, like all your Christmas
Mhm.
stuff or your
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. Here's my pumpkins. Here's this that I wanna
Right.
have for the season. And some of the stuff, you're like, "That was from, like, 5 seasons ago. I don't even like it anymore," but it
Mhm.
fit in the box. So I'm
Mhm.
like, "This is a really good time too to declutter those boxes that have been in the
Yeah.
garage."
And I think one thing I saw, like, once it's reorganized, I think they did this. This is on one of those decorating shows or reorganization shows where they had like the shoes in boxes and they weren't clear, or maybe they were, but because they're on the shelves, you can't see the inside. So they
Mm.
had a little Polaroid on the outside of each box so
I
you could
like
see what
that.
was in it. And I feel like you could do that with like your Christmas stuff. Like if you have a couple different boxes of Christmas stuff, you could write it all out, or you could take a picture of the stuff that's in there and put it,
You
on
know
the
what I'm gonna
outside.
use?
Uh-huh.
That thing.
The
There's a
photo
little
maker.
photo maker that you got.
Mhm.
Guys, it's like this thing. Ricky's like the queen of getting gifts that like you don't even think you need. It was like this photo. What was it? You could just take it in immediate.
This
Yes,
is not sponsored, but this is the Canon Ivy.
we will
I
take a
will link
sponsorship.
We're
Yes,
gonna link it
in our
in
Amazon. Yeah.
our Amazon storefront because I got it from Amazon. But basically it's a little it doesn't use ink. It uses, what is the term called? Because I have one of the
Photo
stickers.
paper.
Huh?
Photo paper.
It's photo paper, but it does what is it called? Zinc photo paper. So I forgot what the term is, but it's I guess, but it's light exposure or something that does it without, that prints it without ink. So then you have it here. It comes from your phone. It's completely wireless. And you just have whatever picture you have on here. Let's say you took it 5 seconds ago, and then you can have it printed. It'll print one at a time, or you can make a collage in the app And I used it for planning a lot. I haven't used it recently. That's why I say used, but I'm starting to use it again. But I use it for book tracking. Like I do 4 books on each sheet. And then after I read a book, I have a mini picture of the book and I put it in my tracker. But you could use it for so many things. I think a lot of like organizational systems could have pictures of real-time things, or whatever it is. There's a lot of different uses for it.
I love that idea. Like, I'm definitely going to do that. Like because that would save me a lot, because we have so many different, like the ones, I don't know, they were on sale and I cannot see through them. And it's the worst. They're beautiful, but they're just not functional in terms of knowing what's there. But okay. And this is, of course, towards the end, but you know what I was just thinking of?
What?
It's like, I also think that this could tie to, I know we were talking about like actual physical clutter, like books and things, but like, I also think that I'd like to start doing a decluttering of like, not people, but like things that no longer serve me. Because I feel like I think there's a theme with me, and I just recognized it while we were talking.
Okay.
Like, I hold on to a lot of things in my life, that not just the physical, but like even mental things that it's time to like declutter and let go of.
Okay.
And I was thinking about like, have we actually stopped to think about what are some, not just the practices that we do, but maybe people that we need to kind of say, it's time to declutter. It's time to, clear my space of things and people who no longer serve me. I feel like all of this is tied together. It doesn't, not that we have to have a whole nother conversation about it. I was just saying, I think that there's something there about the clutter that we keep and asking ourselves why.
Yes. Well, I think that's such a good point, because if we look at our calendars, who are we giving our time to, or what activities are we giving our time to? Like, obviously for you, Taekwondo, Isaiah does it, that's on your schedule. But if you promised, this person, I mean, this goes back to our conversation about, time management, but like, if you have been saying, I'm gonna, because I said I was gonna do this, I'm gonna drop off cookies for the bake sale. Is there something else you could delegate? Could you say, I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore? Are you giving up that time? Are you putting that time into your calendar because you feel like you need it to be there, so you could feel, have a boost of how you feel about yourself? Or do you, like, just like we talked about in that conversation, or are there things in our calendar that we can declutter so we're giving ourselves that time back?
Because we don't usually give it back to ourselves. It's usually that if we add something, the time that we take away, which then leads to what, I always laugh. I love that example you gave, because I think we talked about it again with Emily, where you feel punished at the end of the day because you've given your time to so many other things that it's cluttered, and then
like a revenge bedtime.
It's a revenge bedtime. Yeah. So you're like, this is, it makes you then rebel, right? And it's like, I don't want to do that. So in order for me not to feel that urge, I need to take away some things so that I can then make time for things, to filling myself up with things that serve me, and things that bring me joy, because we're all we have,
That's so true.
Such a good conversation. Oh my gosh. Of course. And I had to throw in the mental health piece at the end, because you know me. I was like, well, what about people? But oh my goodness, I love this. So I wonder, I know that we aren't the only ones who deal with clutter, really physical clutter, mental clutter, all the things. What do you feel is tied to your clutter? Let us know. And I want to have Rikki, I'm going to let her tell us how you can connect with us, because we want to hear your thoughts on this topic. Rikki, how can they reach us?
Well, if you want to send us an email, you know where to find us. We're realwwtalk@gmail.com. You can find us on YouTube. Just search Real WW Talk. We have a wonderful community in our Facebook group as well. Go in there. It's a private group. Search Real WW Talk. Answer all 4 questions so we know you're not a robot or a scammer, and we'll let you in. And we'd love to have your voice in that community. It's a really uplifting group. And we're also on Instagram. Search Real WW Talk. You can also find us on TikTok. And Candice and I are on Connect. And We love the people who have been so gracious to sponsor the podcast and to provide us with that, support, buy us a cup of coffee, as we like to say. So check the show notes to be able to see how you can do that. You can also send us what it's called, fan mail, and we feel it's a little
Friend mail.
friend mail. We cannot respond to that if you see that on the platform, but just know that we do read them, and we're just so grateful for all your comments.
Well, thank you guys. And like I said, this was a wonderful conversation. And Rikki, looking forward to talking to you again next week.
Yes, you too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.